Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I hope everyone is blessed. Happy Friday. It's the 14th of March. I've literally just finished a walk with my partner and we literally just said like, wow, like it's the 14th of March. Like I remember being before Christmas. I remember Christmas, like time goes so fast. But I guess in trading, that's kind of a good thing because the more that time goes, the more that you're participating inside of the markets, the better and more experienced you'll be, the more able you are to make mistakes. And from mistakes, you obviously become more experienced inside the market. So, again, for the news people watching this, or for anyone actually, if you're making mistakes, good. You should be making mistakes. You should become the biggest failure possible inside of trading before you become a success. So, understand that. But yeah, before we get into this daily market outlook, I just want to obviously give you guys a quick reminder and that this content on this channel is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor and nothing that I share in these videos should be considered financial or investment advice. So understand that everything that you're doing from these videos is upon yourself. So again, please be aware of this. Please give this a good read before you guys obviously, plug into these videos. But other than that, let's get straight into the market. So again, this week has been a bit of a mad week, to be fair with you guys. It's just been very slow. Like if you're looking at the dollar perspective in the major pairs, let me know in the comments below how slow has this week been, how consolidated has this week been. For me, it's just been a boring trading week, like a boring trading week. So yeah, again, this just proves to me like how important it is to be able to have multiple streams of income. Very important. Like a lot of you guys who are new to, trading or you've been trading for a little bit, I want you guys to understand that you will never be able to just rely on trading because you may have bad weeks, bad months, bad 2, 3 months, and that's just the markets. And my advice would be to you guys, always look to open up multiple streams of income. Best possible advice that I ever got told in regards to this space. So as we know, we've got obviously the first thing that we check is the news. Of course, we've had Great British Pound news today. Obviously, we have to see that the forecast was pretty much right. We've got US dollar news at 3 p.m. So we do expect obviously some sort of movement potentially in the markets. Potentially not, let's see. But yeah, we expect obviously something to happen in regards to that. So let's go straight into the chat. So we're only going to cover the major pairs today, of course, with it being Friday, and we won't have this too long for you guys. But yeah, you can see that we're still in this daily range from this daily lower high to this daily lower low, and we're obviously still in this daily demand area. I think we're 7 or 8 days into this daily demand area right now, so understand that once we have consolidation, we are going to get a break of either one of the sides, which is obviously what we're expecting now from a technical standpoint. I would like the break to, of course, be upwards and then to see an uptrend happen to fill in all of this imbalance, and then obviously come into this daily supply. So I would like to see bullish movement from the dollar from this area, which will be nice. Obviously, we can then capitalize on it if we've got bullishness. We can obviously sell on the correlated pairs until we get into this daily supply. Now, that is my prediction. Of course, we need to wait for something to happen. I just want to ask you guys on a serious question, and this will tell me a lot about each individual if I could actually ask this question to you guys. With this being like this and consolidating, I want you to understand that if you know people that are trading correlated pairs, the Euro USD, GBP USD, and the dollar is doing this, they are not serious about their trading. They're just not. If you're someone who's just trying to trade to be a trader, you are going to fail inside these markets. As I have explained to you guys before, you want to approach this as a businessman and a businesswoman, where you want to understand that I only want to put my investments into the best possible scenarios for the best possible outcomes. And that's the way that you should be approaching this. Now, if you are trading this week correlated pairs when the dollar's been doing this, ask yourself, would you, invest into a business without understanding the in-depth of that business? Would you buy a business without talking to the owners? Would you buy a business without understanding, the profit share that you could obviously return have a return from. So you've got to understand that, guys. Like, this is something that we don't want to be participating in until we get that break. But yeah, as expected, you know, I'm not going to cover too much. We just need to see a bit of a break from here. If I do go down to the 4 hour, you'll be able to notice that. Let me just quickly get this. Obviously, we're consolidating a lot. Let me just move this out. We're consolidating a lot. You know, there's nothing really happening. Obviously, people class this as the 4 hour change of trend, which I guess you can. We have come into this, you know, supply demand area. What I would like to see is, can we see another break? And if we can get another break of this, then of course that will give us confidence that the dollar is going to carry on upwards. So that'll be, you know, something that we can keep an eye out going into today and obviously Monday. But yeah, let's have a look at some of the major pairs. If we go to Euro USD, what can we see? Well, we can see that, of course, the Euro USD is in the same scenario. We're in this 4 hour and daily supply area. We've got this daily higher low and this daily higher high, and we've just kind of been like bouncing in and out of this area. You know, we've been bouncing around, you can see, and we've also taken out the high a bit. So, you know, let's see how she plays out. Of course, as expected, we've got all this imbalance. We've got this daily demand and this daily demand to fill. So I would like to see the market, you know, do this and then obviously carry on up from here. But obviously the market's not. Okay, Liam likes to do that, so we're going to do that. But that's what I am predicting the market to do. Looking at a 4 hour perspective, you'll be able to understand that I've been calling out these areas all week, but I've obviously not been participating in these areas. Now, you might think that's stupid. But for me, if I'm not confident, I'm not going to invest. So as you guys, you know, we called out this 4 hour demand area. I think it was it Monday? Yeah, Monday, which you can see we had a perfect reaction from, and obviously moved away. And then again, we called out this level of 4 hour demand, which again, we are reacting from right now. So the way that I can approach this from a technical standpoint is, we're in this daily demand. You know, if you look at we've got a trend happening here where we are on the lower time frame, creating them lower lows, them lower highs, as you guys, as you guys can notice, pullback, lower high, failed to create a new lower low, create a higher low, and then we had this break. So we had a change of trend from here. So again, from a technicals, yes, it would make sense that we would come into this level here as our demand, and we would, you know, move away from this. So that is a valid setup from a technical standpoint. 100% it is. But for me personally, I'm just going to sit on my hands with it being Friday, and obviously recoup, is that the word? Recoup, and then go again on Monday, basically. But yeah, obviously this is a valid setup because we broke this level here, this lower high. So we do have this. It'll be a 1 hour change of trend. So again, you know, you guys, if you look at the 1 hour, it'll be a bit more cleaner. But yeah, you'll be able to notice that this is the clear setup for you guys, of course, if you're confident enough. Now, for me, in order for me to participate in this, for it to buy, I would need to see the dollar do the opposite, if that makes sense. And obviously, I want the dollar to go up. So I don't know. This is why I'm not going to even consider this, because it might just be a trap just to fucking get me inside the markets and then take my dough. So yeah, I'm going to sit on my hands with that because we have all of this imbalance to fill as well. So let's see how this plays out. Same scenario with GBP USD. You can see that we're in this daily supply area. We've got our daily higher low here, and we've got our daily, you know, higher high here. So of course, you know, we're in this daily supply. We are consolidated as explained. So for me personally, I would like to see a breakout of this to obviously come and refill all this imbalance, come into this daily demand, and then I would like to see a change of trend to carry this on upwards, and then obviously take out this higher high. So that's what I would like to see. Now, of course, playing to the fact that we're in this 4 hour range, of course, yes, well, this week, should I say, we're still in this 4 hour higher low. We took these lows, didn't really tap into any sort of like demand area. We just tapped in below, liquidated the early buyers, and then obviously had this 4 hour change of trend here. For me, this is still my higher low. This is still my higher high, even though we've broken this high. We're in this daily 4 hour demand, but we failed to obviously mitigate this 4 hour demand, and we also have this imbalance here. So with imbalancing and unmitigated forward demand, you know, if he was to look for buys, I would be looking to take out all these lows. Like there's so many lows here, so much liquidity, early buyers. So I would, if I was institutions, dip below, fill in this imbalance, tap into this demand, and then if I was a banks, and then I would make that move. But yeah, that's just if I was looking for buys, basically it would be in this 4-hour demand area, not from this 4-hour demand area. But yeah, ugly anyway, very ugly. Now NZUSD, let's have a look at what she's doing. Pretty much nice. I'd say nicer than the other correlated pairs. A lot nicer to be fair. If we look at this, we're in this daily supply area. We've got a nicer range from this daily lower high to this daily lower low. So of course, you know, if the dollar obviously goes you know, up, it would make sense for this to obviously go down, of course. So if you look from a daily, you know, we tapped into this daily supply, we had this daily change of trend, we retraced into this 4-hour supply candle, and then we had this 4-hour change of trend. If we go back to the 4-hour, you can see that the market structure has been perfect. We created this area. This was our higher low because we were still in this uptrend. We then had this fail to go and create this new high, which then created a new lower high, lower low, lower high. So as you guys can see, in order for us to then, we need a break to carry this trend on upwards. And then, you know, obviously this is what we want to see as always. So we're still in this 4-hour range. You guys can go and watch back the videos this week. I've been calling out this, I called out this supply area and I called out this supply area as well. And obviously you could have caught some beauty trades from these areas. This one predominantly is what I would have took, or what I took, sorry. When a stop loss above the high, I think I had 12 pip stop. And as you guys can see, that would have been a 1 to 4 from the demand area. It was a 1 to 3.8. I got a 1 to 3 from that. So looking at it from this perspective, of course, first thing is this draws our eyes and goes, okay, if we were to sell, you know, it would make sense to sell in this 4-hour supply area, which is 100% right. But if you look from a 1-hour perspective, what can we see? Well, from a 1-hour perspective, you can see that when we tapped into this 1-hour supply and we had this big movement down, one thing that sticks out is we failed to break this lower low, this 4-hour lower low. So because we failed to do that, where did we react from? We reacted from this 1-hour demand area. And now we've had this bullish move. So I wouldn't just be selling from this 4-hour supply. What I'd be waiting for, because if you look at the trend that we're in an uptrend on the 1-hour. So I would need to see this, you know, trend broke. Right now, we just look like we're going to carry on upwards. So in order for me to participate, I would need to see this level broke. And then we obviously got a new lower high and new lower low. And then that would allow me to then participate in trying to look for sells, because the daily, the 4-hour, and then the 1-hour would be all prime for sells. So as of right now, we're not tapped into this demand, but this is a 1-hour demand area that for me is in control, but even though we're moving away from the imbalance. So let's see obviously how that plans out. USD CAD, I'm not interested in AUD USD. Been pretty clean calling out some areas from USD CAD, to be fair. We failed to react on this demand area. I called out this area, I've called out this demand area. But as you guys can see, once we broke, we tapped into this level of 4-hour demand and we've had this movement away. Now, if the market was to retrace, of course, you know, this would be the area that I've been looking for. This 1-hour, 2-hour, it's actually a 2-hour candle. Let me just show you. It's a 2-hour candle, looks a bit more cleaner. That's where I'd expect the market to be retracing into. So, of course, if it was to be bullish, I'd expect to see that. Of course, that's what I would like to see. So let's see how USD CAD plays out. But you can see from a daily, we've got a daily lower low, daily lower high. We've tapped into the daily demand. So and we've had this 4-hour change of trend. So we were to just carry on, that's what we would want to obviously see. So let's see how she plays out. USD CHF. Let's have a look. USD CHF. Again, I've been pretty clean with USD CHF as well, calling out areas. We obviously had this daily demand area. Let's just quickly go to the daily actually. You'll be able to notice that we've got our daily lower high and its daily lower low. This is our daily change of trend. So for me, of course, you know, we've got a lot of imbalance to fill in here. and we're reacting out of this daily demand candle. So I expect the bullishness to happen if the dollar obviously is bullish. If we look from a 4-hour perspective, what can we see? Well, what we can see is we were consolidating, then we had this institutional candle that had a 4-hour change of trend. We called out this area for buyers, and obviously you can see we reacted. We then called out this area for a 1 hour. Let's just cut this down. This area for a 1 hour demand area, which again had this bullishness from here. Now, again, we've got this large wick. If I went down to the 15-minute, it's probably a lot more clearer to see why we're reacting from this area here, which you guys will be able to see, which is where we reacted from here, which for me will be a 15-minute demand area. So you can expect to see the bullishness carry on, of course. But yeah, I'm obviously not interested in trading today. To be real with you guys, I just wanted to obviously cover this. My whole perspective for you guys would be if we can get in next week for the buys. If dollar's going to go up, we want to be looking for obviously USD CHF buys, so we can participate in the buys. And then I said buys about 5 times. What are you doing? And if we can look for the longs, something different, then obviously we can, look to obviously buy up into this area, make a decision, because if we just carry on upwards, it will be a nice swing trade idea if we don't get the sells from this area. We still have all this imbalance as well. So yeah, man, that'll be interesting to see what happens going into next week. Let's have a look at our last pair, which is our USD Japanese yen. If we look at a daily time frame, you can see we've got our daily lower high and our daily lower low. Now, let me just get rid of all this noise. You can see that that's the daily lower high, daily lower low. This is where we had the change of trend. Now, of course, for me, we're inside this trap candle here. Not enough for me to look for buys. I would rather see this imbalance fill and this demand candle met. But if you look from a daily perspective, we've been pretty clean on USD Japanese yen. I do like my Japanese yen pairs recently, to be fair. You can see that clear downwards trend, clear 4-hour low high, 4-hour lower low. We called out this 4-hour supply and this 1-hour supply as well, which had some movement away from. So naturally, from a 1-hour perspective, we would want to see this area here obviously come and obviously have that change of trend. So we would like to see market continue to fall if we get these confirmations. Now, obviously, as of right now, we would need to wait for them lower time frame confirmations from there. But yeah, that is something because this level of demand area is in control. So I would like to see this happen for us to obviously participate in USD Japanese yen. But yeah, obviously just be aware that if we go to the 4, of course that, let me just move this out. Of course that, the market is pretty much not doing much in regards to this. Like when we tapped into this supply, we want to see this carry on and break this 4-hour. Now you can see this big juicy demand candle from a 4-hour perspective, which has caused this bullish movement up. So just be extra aware with USD Japanese yen. And obviously with it being Friday and having news at 3 p.m., you can be a bit more patient, I guess. Fingers crossed you can. Unless you see a better setup, and then obviously you guys are independent traders, so you guys make your own decisions anyway. I'm not a financial advisor, as I said. I am literally just doing this for educational purposes for myself as well. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. I'm only going to cover the major pairs today, with it being Friday. And obviously it's been a dead week as well. So I do appreciate every single person that's plugging into these videos. As I always say, I do mean it. I'm not just saying it for the fun of it. I do appreciate all the comments, everything in between. And I just want to let you guys know that if you want to stay connected, my Instagram tag is the same that's on my name, which is @coached_by_chambers. So if you want to stay connected on Instagram, which I'm active on, feel free to obviously give me a follow over there and obviously drop me a message. But yeah, man, other than that, obviously have an amazing weekend. I hope you all, have a bit of nice weather over here in Spain. We've had 2 weeks of pure shit, and I feel like I'm living back in the UK. So yeah, man, like, come on Spain, come on sun, give us some nice weather. But yeah, man, take care, God bless, as always.